Hey everyone, I'm Allie, and today I'm going to be demoing another lesson. This one comes from the 50 Social Studies Strategies for K-8 Classrooms, and it's Chapter 14, Custom Boxes. So I related this lesson to a first grade standard for social studies, standard number 1, history, concept and skill number 2, family and cultural traditions in the United States in the past, and the evidence outcomes. Students can B. Discuss common and unique characteristics of different cultures using multiple sources of information. To engage students in this lesson, I would tell students that we are going to explore 4 different countries, but before we can explore those countries, we need to discuss some characteristics of our own country. So as a class, we would brainstorm and discuss ideas that are related to America, such as what is our flag colors, what foods do we eat here, what sports do we participate in, what holidays do we celebrate, etc. After we brainstorm and kind of write those ideas on the board, I would have students, I'd ask them what they already know about, if we're studying Spain, Sweden, Australia, and China. I'd ask them if they knew anything about them, or if anyone in the classroom has been to those places, and to share their experiences. Before students could explore those places, I would create boxes for each of them. I've only created one, and it's for Sweden. And I created a box and posted pictures all around it of like places in Sweden and what their money looks like, what the people look like, all sorts of things just on the box. And if I was really teaching this, I would cover the entire box in pictures of Sweden or whatever country I wanted the students to explore. So then I'd also create a graphic organizer ahead of time, just because this is for first graders. So I'd kind of just guide them as they explore through each country. So on the graphic organizer, I might have them like draw a picture of the flag, write something that they notice that's unique about that country, draw a picture of a certain place that they noticed, and then just places for them to write down other observations that they see as they look through all the pictures of the country. Then inside of the box, I would also include pictures, and if I was really teaching this, I would try to find actual like things from that country instead of just pictures. So for example, I have in here a picture of a house in Sweden, so students could just kind of see what houses look like in Sweden. I have a picture of a sports team, so they could see, oh, Sweden also has a sports team, and so does America. I'd include a map so that students could see exactly where it's at and just kind of note what's around it and what it's near. Here's another picture of what people might look like in Sweden, how women might dress, how men might dress. Here's a picture of their flag, another picture of a hockey team, a picture of their food. So in each box I'd include pictures of, here's one of their money. So just include pictures that kind of let the students see what it's like to live in that country and see like things that are related to that country, just as we did when we brainstormed the ideas associated with America. And so as students go, they'd rotate from one group to another. So one table would look at the Sweden pictures, one would be at the Spain table and look at the Spain box. So then after a certain amount of time, students would switch to the other group and do the same thing for each country until they had observations from all 4 countries. For the explain elaborate stage, I'd have all the students come back as a whole class, and one country by one country we would discuss the things that we observed and noticed about the country. And then I would, after the students had an opportunity to share what they had found through the pictures and through the boxes, I would go ahead and go to the National Geographic site for kids, and on here there's each country. So I'd go through, and this one's for Sweden, and it talks about fast facts about Sweden, the geography, the nature of Sweden, people and the culture, the government and economy, and the history, and it's all in kid-friendly language. So for each country, I'd read this and have students just kind of jot down some ideas that stuck out to them, or ones that they may not have gotten when they were going through their boxes. So we'd go through that for each country, just so that they could have a little more in-depth about each country. To evaluate the students, I would have them pick 2 countries to compare and contrast that we explored through the custom boxes. They could create a Venn diagram and put one country on one side and another country on the other, and explain their differences on each, and then in the middle explain their similarities. Or they could just create a simple list. I mean, the way in which they want to present their information isn't a concern to me, however they want to do it, just as long as I can see that they understand the differences and similarities that countries can have.